All right. Hey, good people. I got my sister with me, Sharie, the founder of Project God. I appreciate her for taking her time to come do this interview. As you know, I just do the introduction and I get out the way so I can let my sister do her work. Thank you so much, Sharie, for doing this for me. I'm going to go ahead and move on the other side, and it's going to be all about you.
Hey, hey, hey.
So, we just wrapped up having a little chit chat before our conversation. But I want to start off by asking you. I met you about 5 years ago when we did our Stop the Violence March.
It was before then, Selena.
Was it before then?
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell me.
You remember when we did the very first Project God cleanup in Iceland?
Thank you. Hold on. Backtrack. Rewind. Thank you. Yes. Our original meeting was when, yes, you were doing the community cleanup at Icemore Lee. Thank you for that. Lord have mercy. Yes. So that's just telling you, you've been doing this work for a long time, Sharie.
Yes, ma'am.
And I appreciate your willingness to come out and talk, because one of the things that I like the viewers to know, what is behind Project God. Tell us a little bit about Project God.
Ugh. Okay. Well, Project God is Project Greater Opportunities Daily. We exist because we want to make sure that our community, the kids and families in our community, have the basic needs to maintain, whether it's the food, the clothes, the shoes, visits to doctor's appointments and just can't get there because of transportation issues, just the basic needs that the families would need to maintain.
So what birthed this passion in you? Like what made you say, you know what? I need to start Project God.
What birthed Project God was, once we were over there in, the area cleaning up, one of the kids came out to help. It was a little girl, probably between the age of maybe 4 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you do it. And
go ahead, let it out. Mm-hmm. This is for the people to watch. Express your heart.
It was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, y'all. I knew it was going to happen. But it was cold. And the baby didn't have on no socks. She had on the little hoodie. The little hoodie was, up a little armed. It fitted her, but, it was a little too small. But when she bent over and the little shirt came up, up her back, she had on some little boy underwear. And I said, oh my gosh, like, Jesus. I didn't say it out loud or say it to nobody.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, Lord, this is where I grew up, and I knew, we didn't wear boy underwear because it was 3 of us, 3 girls, so we didn't have no boy underwear. But I know what it's like to share.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Undergarments with a sibling.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, darn, maybe mama just didn't have it of, getting able to wash clothes. Maybe mom didn't have the money to go wash the clothes, And right then, I knew it was something that was more than just people living over there.
Gotcha.
So once I started, the little facility over there, we were doing the food, we were giving out the shoes, the hygiene items,
Yep, I remember.
as an adult, it was more of an eye opener
Oh.
of what maybe my mama or my neighbor, you know, had to go through as we were little.
So it made you start empathizing with the parents?
Somewhat, because some parents, God knows, they do try.
Uh-huh.
They try their darnest, you know, just to make ends meet.
Uh-huh.
They do. I'm a living testimony. I was one of those parents where I had to find a ride to and from work. I had to pay somebody to watch my kids. You know, just because I had a little job, I didn't get the food stamps,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
because my job provided a little Medicare, you know, insurance. We couldn't get the Medicaid and
Yeah.
stuff.
That was
So,
me.
you know, more
Yeah.
was coming out of the check than what I was
Yeah.
bringing home. But I was one of those single parents that was trying,
Uh-huh.
you know, so I always said, and I always promised my kids, you know, y'all, we ain't got it right now. I just don't have it, you know. I was one that would sell my food that when I had to because my light bill was due, you know, little things like that. But I did it because I had to, not because that's something that I wanted to do, to take that money to club with or go sit, you know, in the line to buy J's for my kids.
Talk about it.
That wasn't that money. That wasn't the hairdo money. You know, that wasn't the liquor store money.
Talk about
No,
it.
that was City of Monroe money
Talk
on
about
that
it.
light bill.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that was Mike Green money for my doggone rent. That was those people money.
Yeah.
And I had to realize, you know, Sharie, in order to do something or to make it better with you and your kids or for you and your kids, you got to get up. You got to do something. You got to do something.
Yes.
You know, these people that I was running to when I didn't have, you know, social service in places like that, you know, the crisis to get my bills paid. Every bill paid.
Yeah.
Every bill was paid. They could care less.
Yeah.
You know, because as they look back on it, they see, oh, well, you work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might be bringing $400 home a week, but you work.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's, you know what, unfortunately, it's a lot of parents who fall in that gap.
Yeah.
I was one.
Yeah.
So I totally understand what you're saying. And I'm sure the mothers is watching. They gonna feel you.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they're like, shit, I was one of the,
I
or
was
excuse
one of
me,
them.
I was one of the ones in the gap.
Or I am one still. Or I'm still one.
Yeah.
You know, but and for the ones that's watching this and that's in that situation, don't give up.
Yes.
Keep pushing, sister.
Yeah.
Keep pushing, my brother, because there's a lot of y'all guys out there raising your kids y'all selves too, and I commend y'all, I salute y'all, I honor y'all. You know, more power. You know, I'm proud of you, my black man. Go. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
You know, don't let nobody tell you any different. But I know where you are, and I know what you're going through, and I'm telling you, from one of those that they didn't think was going to be anything, you can do it.
Yeah.
And you can make it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little harder. You got to fight a little harder. You got to push a little stronger, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Don't get too comfortable in where you are now by sitting there saying, I can't or I don't have. You're never going to have nobody if you don't get up and try. You're never going to do anything if you don't get up and push. And them can'ts always can turn into a can if you just get up and try. So you got to do it. You got to want it for yourself.
Ooh, Sharie, I am loving this conversation.
Girl,
Thank
it's just
you.
the truth.
Yes.
It's real. It's real
Yes.
out here.
Yes.
It's real. You know, and things are not going to get no better.
And I think that's what made you and you had said something so profound. And I was like, man, we should have recorded that. But I was telling you how a lot of people don't know what goes behind this work. They only see what's on camera, or they only see what's on Facebook, but they don't see the work that goes behind this. And I was telling you how, you know, it's nobody's fault. It was mine, because, like you said, it was my heart that I neglected myself, right? And you said something really profound. Can you tell them what you told me?
I told her there's no way she's going to be able to build her own house if she keep giving out all her bricks.
Yes.
And what I mean by that, behind the scenes with not only nonprofits, with LLCs, with people trying to open up, you know, brand new businesses or whatever the case is, behind the scenes, is hell.
Yes.
And it's held in so many ways. And for nonprofits, it's worse because those grants are not necessarily out there for us. The city of Monroe, and I'm just going to speak on it, they're not for us. I've never received a grant, never received anything from city of Monroe personally.
I agree.
Now, from some of the people that sat or is sitting or have been on the board, yes, and I'm not going to call their name, but they know who they are, and I appreciate it 100%. For the 3 people, for the 3 people that's ever given me anything with a city of Monroe name on it from their account through the city of Monroe, I appreciate it 100%. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And here's the thing, and we're laughing. And we're laughing because now we can. Yes. And I'm just going to be real.
Thank you.
We can laugh now because it's nothing new.
Yeah.
Personally, and I have all my receipts. Shoes, clothes, helping with rent, helping with light bills. Through my organization, we have given back over $100,000 to Union County, city of Monroe, the Monroe area. Now, it's been hard because, like I said, with no help, the money has to come from somewhere.
Yes.
And like I was telling Selena, it goes back to the bricks. If we keep going in our pockets to fund something that we're doing throughout the city, and the city people are not helping, then we're giving out bricks that we can't get back for our own families. We're going in our savings account, our escrows account, our payroll once a week accounts to help fund some of our events, which is unfair. It's unfair, and we know it. I've been in this thing 5 years on paper. 6.5. Just doing it. So behind the scenes is hell. If we don't get any donations, if we don't get any grants, if people take their money and go to Memphis and they go to Chicago and they get the lace fronts and they get the Jordans standing in line 3 or 4 hours and and they making sure all 6 of their kids is in J's and now one of them don't know the ABCs. We don't get that money back from having book bag gifts.
Well, listen.
We don't get it back.
I want to just say thank you for expressing that because I was on a telephone call yesterday and somebody made an ugly statement.
No.
And I'm glad that you were able to express what goes on behind this. You know what I mean?
A lot do. And if your heart not in it, you won't make it. And that's just what goes on behind it. If your mentality ain't right, you ain't gonna make it. If your heart is not pure, you're not gonna make it. If your funding is not where you want it to be, because you're not gonna get any assistance through anywhere else unless it's word of mouth from yours and your people, social media platforms and everything. It's hard behind the scenes. It's hard. It's hard. And if we keep giving, what are we gonna get? How are we gonna get it?
Thank you.
How?
I appreciate that, and we can end there because you're right. How are we going to
I don't want to
it?
end there.
Oh, well, go ahead.
No, I don't want to.
More.
Since you're speaking on that and the funding, because it's different other organizations where people are included into each other's budget, and we're doing if not more of the same work
than those other organizations.
Because when I'm out giving out book bags and giving out shoes along with Angel Shoes and some of the other organizations, we're not included in those monthly or yearly or annually budgets that some of the other people are, and no, not organizations. I'll call the name. We're not included. Our standards are not with Ground 40. Our standards are not with Hearts of Monroe.
Oh.
Our standards are not with Common Hearts. Our standards are not with Pearls of House of Pearls. Project God standards is nowhere near there. Although we do, if not more, because
we do more.
Okay, I thank you.
We do more in our community.
I was gonna say I give out shoes and clothes. They do the same thing. I host events to give it back to the community, and I don't see them out there unless they're giving out the potatoes and the onions, and basket. But hey, to each his own, and I'm not knocking nobody. But what I am saying is, I wish, whomever listening, I wish that some of our minority organizations could get a little more help with the funding, so that we can continue to have our mentor programs, so that we can have our back to school drive, so that we can have our shoes to give away, so that we can have different facilities without renting the facilities of money coming out of our pocket to give back to the city of Monroe, because that's behind the scenes too, you all. Yeah, whenever I do my organization events, I have to pay the city of Monroe to hold my events at their facilities.
And can I also interrupt you and add that
Sure.
we don't just only give away anything. We also empower the people in those communities. And that's through education, that's through counseling, that's through talking, and that's through connecting. Okay?
Yes,
so
and that's to finding rides for kids getting to and from school.
All of
that's
that.
That's to having our veterans that's homeless, make sure they're getting food. Some of them are getting rides to and from the doctor's appointments. We're going into the woods to make sure on rainy nights and cold nights that they have a warm place to sleep, because we're coming out of our pockets. Not only coming out of our pockets, but raising money through social media and other platforms to to help them get into rooms and things to keep for maybe a night or two, just to get out of the cold, because City of Monroe homeless shelter is not big enough for the capacity of homeless people that we have here in Monroe. Did y'all know that? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
You didn't?
No, I did not.
Why you didn't know that? And their list is growing daily, in which right now it's over. I know 60 people on the list just waiting to get in.
Woo! Well, that's why I'm glad we're having this conversation.
I am too, but it's sad, because all the money that they give to different organizations, they couldn't build another facility to house everybody, if not everybody, majority of the ones that's out there in the homeless community. Because if Ground 40 is getting money and they're into the city of Monroe budget, but charging the people to stay there $600 that's working, those people also could be finding low income housing.
Well, listen, you speaking on it, and you teaching.
No, I'm just talking about it.
And listen,
I'm just talking about what they don't want us to know.
Thank you, and I'm glad you're talking about it, because I get so many foots on my neck because I do talk about it.
Well,
so I appreciate you for saying it.
No problem. Wait a minute. Ollie's up there, right up there, on 74.
Yes.
Okay, the church beside it.
Yes.
Okay, well, the city of Monroe helped fund that too, and that's Monroe.
And I'm glad you said that, because one of my biggest challenges, I said that they should start funding programs outside of church-based initiatives. And I'm not saying we all need church, we all need you, but you also need to help programs like yours, like mine, who are open to serve everybody outside of religious base.
Well, I was told because my organization have God in it, they can't fund me.
See? Again, it's the red tape that they continue to throw at us.
I was
and not
also
willing
told
to
last
invest.
year, once I was doing my book bag drive at the park, which is an open public park to anybody, that if I go out there to give out book bags or supplies, that I would be arrested. That came from one of the city workers out of Park and Recreation.
Ooh, that is terrible. That is wicked.
And like I asked her, well, why are you all that's sitting behind the desk not out here doing this in the community, when somebody that's in the community is only trying to give back? I'm not asking for your help. I said, the city of Monroe didn't help give me any of this to give to the community. I said, but what you're telling me, you're going to have me arrested for coming to the public park to give out book bag and free school supplies?
It's the wicked work.
Okay.
It's the wicked work that they do behind the scenes. And again, not in their unwillingness to support ground organizations.
Yeah.
Organizations that's actually doing the footwork in these communities. And the only thing they want to offer to our kids is prison. Why not empower these kids to become knowledge of themselves, knowledge to want to do better, to empower. Not saying that some of them need a slap on the wrist, okay? Because I'm all about accountability. Your ass do, excuse my language, you do something, you need to be corrected. Yeah, you need to be held accountable. However, if you feed into programs who are trying to empower these youth, maybe you might get a different result. But I've noticed that Monroe keep doing the same thing over and over again, and they only feed into their friends. And to me, that's the mistake that we're making. That's why I was glad to have you on, to be able to express yourself before the people, because I know, I see it, and I work with you. I know that you are entrenched in these communities. And I'm glad you brought me back to the remembrance of that's how I met you, by doing a cleanup. So I know you do this work. And so for the wickedness of them not feeding into these programs, that's ungodly.
It is, but let me say this. They have a family.
Who?
Whomever sits up high and got the yays and the nays.
Got you.
The ones that can say, yes, we can do it.
Okay.
Okay, them. City of Monroe, let me say it.
Okay.
City of Monroe. They have families.
Yes.
They have the money.
Yes.
That can provide our programs.
Yes.
We have families.
Yes.
We need the money.
Yes.
To provide for our kids.
Correct.
Why are they going to give us anything when the parents don't even care?
That's a good question. So how can we get the parents involved?
How?
I agree with you.
How? Because, and a lot of people say, no it don't, no it don't. Yes it do. It starts at home. So I can't have more clarity from your child than what you're getting.
Got you.
Because that means there's something going on in home with the relationship.
So what you're saying is we need to hold our community accountable, these parents accountable.
What I'm saying is parents need to hold their kids accountable.
Okay.
And parents need to hold themselves accountable.
Okay.
Because if we're not doing that, nobody's going to want to fund anything because they know it's going to get tore up.
Gotcha.
They know it's going to get shot up. They know it's going to get broken too.
Because they think that we don't care. So why invest in something that they don't care about?
You feel me?
I got you.
Okay, so let's just say they see this. They sit down, they discuss. Okay, well, and I don't want the damn money. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Let's just say they say, okay, well, we're gonna bless Project God with this building right here for 6 months, and let's see how the community change. Okay, let's say Project God get in there. We're doing good first 3 months. Okay, the 4th month we got a little issue. Okay, doggone, we only 4 months in. Okay, now at the end of 4 months, we got a shooting. Okay, now here come 5 months. We're only 1 month away from our 6 months deadline to prove to them this is what's going to make our community better.
Got you.
Okay, 5 months in, we got 2 fights. We got somebody that got killed. You got somebody that's done brought another gun in. You got somebody outside in the parking lot smoking weed. You got 2-3 pounds off of somebody that's just done pulled up in the parking lot running from the police. Okay, so to them people up there, what is it looking like? They just gave us this building for what? To house the neglected kids. So if they give you that building and you had all that stuff go on in 4 months, why would they extend that contract for 2 years?
Gotcha.
Why would they fund that program for 3 years? They're not, because we're not showing them anything that's benefiting our community.
Gotcha.
Now, when I go back and I say it starts at home, if, and I'm using my kids, if I know my son is doing something wrong, well, I'm his friend on Facebook. My daughter's his friend on Facebook. My cousins are his friend on Facebook. My sisters, my mama, a lot of people is his friend on Facebook. So if he blocked me from seeing that one post, that means somebody else done seen it.
Right.
So if you're my friend, you're my family, it's not that I'm trying to throw your kid under the bus or I'm trying to talk bad or talk down about your kid. I'm bringing you fair warning.
Gotcha.
Hey, Do you know your baby on there with that 380?
Right.
Do you know he on there with that Glock? Do you know he on there with that magazine?
Yeah.
You know, I'm bringing you warning because guess who else is on there? The police.
Yes.
So if I'm bringing you a warning and I'm coming to you mother to mother or friend to friend or, you know, just a neighbor and I'm talking civil to you, why can't you take that and say, boy, look.
I hear you. Yeah.
You know, they already own you. Take it down.
Yeah.
Half of them are too afraid because those kids have seen the parents mess up. So if I see my parent mess up, what can my parent tell me?
Ooh. Yeah, no, that's a deep revelation. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So once again, back to City of Monroe. Why are they going to continue to fund something that's going to be in the black community for our black kids for them to tear up? Once again, go back to what we was talking about in the very beginning. Keeping your front door clean.
Yeah. So you just tied it all the way back around. Start there.
Start to finish.
Yeah.
It starts here.
Yes.
Then you can branch out.
That's right.
And I'm not saying that your kid is going to walk a straight and narrow path. I'm not saying that because once they get a certain age, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. Then it's time for them to learn as a young adult.
Yeah. But
you can't hinder them from learning that lesson. If they go to jail, let them. You know they're not in the grave.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather have you behind them bars than in the grave.
If they get
I can come see you.
If they getting kicked out of public school, send it to a military school.
You know what? And I'm glad you said that because I think as mothers, we have a hard time making those difficult decisions. Like my last one that I had with my son, you know, he wasn't even a bad kid. But I let him go live with his father, and that was the best thing I did. You know?
Because mama's got it in here. It came from us. You know, daddy seen it one way, but mama had that pain.
Yeah.
So it's harder for a mama to disconnect that bond with their kid. It's harder. It is. But I'd rather to disconnect that bond in a good way. No, you go live with your father. You know, no, you go over here to this school because this is going to be better. I'd rather do it that way than to disconnect that bond and my baby in the cemetery.
It had to be said.
I'd rather do it that way.
Yeah.
I'd rather send them 2, 3, 4 hours away and I might have to catch a plane. But when I get there, I know my baby happy. I know they're straight. I know they're eating good. You know, I know they're themselves.
Yes.
There are no worries.
Yes. They're
not running from nobody.
Yes.
It ain't no bullet on their head.
Yes.
It's nothing.
Yes.
I'd rather them have that than to sit here and looking over their shoulder every 5 minutes.
Ooh, talk about it.
Or to have to get in the car and you got to duck down when you riding through somewhere.
Talk about it.
I'd rather have that.
Yeah.
And to a lot of parents, a lot of moms, I think they feel that safety net
from their child,
from their sons.
I can see that.
I think they feel that safety net from their sons.
I can see
because a son is more. A son is an easier person to talk to than a daughter.
Yeah.
You know.
And they're gonna protect their mom.
And they're gonna protect their mom.
Yeah. I agree with you.
You know, it's that. I got one son. And that bond. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why we have a hard time making those hard decisions.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know what? And this is the conversations that we have to have. So the moms that are confused about making that hard decision, you're going to have to do it. I like how you said, I like how you said it. I'd rather come visit my son 3-4 hours away than to come visit him at a gravesite or at a prison. You know? So thank you for having this. It's not even a difficult conversation. It's a conversation we should have more often. So I thank you for having this, Sharie. And I think people are getting a chance to get to know who Sharie May is and who Project God is and why it was created. So we're going to end our conversation. I like to give my guests time to say whatever it is that they want to say. I mean, there's no... What is the message that you want to send to the people that's watching this?
Thank y'all for tuning in. And again, this is not something that everybody may agree with. Some of the things I've said, everybody may not agree with. But hey, this is my opinion. You know, that's just what it is. My opinion of how I think, you know, things could do or be better. You know, and thank you all for just tuning in and giving us your time as we gave you all our time.
All right. Well, I'm going to end it with a hug, y'all. Thank you, Sharie.
No problem. Thank you, Selena.
And I wish you nothing but the best with
Yes,
Project God in your personal life. Because
Yes,
you deserve it, you know.
Thank you.
And you deserve your flowers now.
Thank
and
you
I
so
love
much.
how the people in the community are giving you flowers.
They do.
And that makes me feel good.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you as well.
All right, that's it, y'all. Peace.
Peace.